Welcome back. Authorities are on alert following the outbreak of the suspected Chandipura virus in two districts of Gujarat, Sabarkantha and Aravalli districts. Over the past 3 days, 12 cases have been reported, resulting in the deaths of 6 children suspected to be linked to the Chandipura virus, which is a rare and dangerous pathogen that causes fever, flu-like symptoms, and acute encephalitis, that is, brain inflammation. This virus, which is predominantly likely to affect children between the age group of 0 to 14, has raised major concerns among the people of Gujarat. Meanwhile, Gujarat Health Minister Hrishikesh Patel has said that they have sent blood samples of the deceased for testing to the lab to confirm the cause of the death as Chandipura virus. But the minister has advised to exercise caution.
डिस्ट्रिक्ट के अंदर हमारे यहाँ 8 सस्पेक्टेड केस चांदीपुर वायरस के हमें मिले हैं, जिसकी कंफर्मेशन के लिए हमने सैंपल कलेक्शन करके NIV पुणे भेज दिए और वहाँ से रिजल्ट आने पर हम कंफर्म तौर पर कह सकते हैं कि ये जो बच्चे हमारे यहाँ एडमिट है उनकी डेथ हुई है वो चांदीपुर वायरस की वजह से हुई है.
And I'm being joined by Dr. Sudhir Kumar, who is a senior consultant neurologist, Institute of Neurosciences, Apollo Hospitals. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Doctor, my first question to you at this point, how should people be looking at this? Is this likely to be localized to Gujarat? First question. Or do people outside also need to be cautious about this?
As of now, there is no need to get concerned or panic about the rest of India. It seems to be very, very localized. And I think the other good thing that we note is that the last major pandemic or large-scale infections occurred in about 2003 and 4. So when about 300 plus children got infected. So in the last 20 years, only sporadic cases have been seen. So as of now, based on the data that we have, it seems to be localized, and that too very few cases. So that is how it looks like at the moment.
And when you talk about 2003, sir, just wanted to check with you, in that year, was it also localized or was there a wider spread?
Yes, this Chandipura virus, it is not something new. It has been known in India since 1965. Another dubious thing is that it's only found in India. No other country has reported human cases. But from 1965 to 2003, almost for, 35 to 40 years, very few patients were seen. So it was thought that it's a very, very, virus is very weak and that can't cause any infection. But in 2003 and 4, it attacked children with vengeance. But even that was localized, and we had cases only from Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh. And even now, most of the children who are infected in the last, say, 20 years or so, sporadic cases, most cases come from the central India. So Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Andhra Pradesh. So these states report maximum cases. Right. But few isolated cases have been seen for other states also, but mostly central parts of India.
So, doctor, one question, it usually, one of the causes that I was reading seems to be mosquito bites. So how is this different from dengue?
Yeah, more than mosquito, there's something called
because
sand
this is the
flies.
dengue season as well in many parts of the country.
Yes. Yeah, so the more than mosquitoes, the vectors are the sand flies. Now, sand flies are slightly different from mosquitoes, but
I see.
I correctly told that, even mosquito bites and, tick bites also have been reported. The most common vector reported is these sand flies, and they can survive in even the cracks. Like we have this kacha houses, mud houses, so there'll be cracks there. Another thing what villagers do is this cow dung. So they keep a lot of cow dung, for using as fuel and sometimes just for, for the fertilizer purposes. And this acts as, feed for the larvae of these viruses, these vectors, sand flies, so they can grow.
Right.
So you're right that it is seen more commonly in monsoon season, but it can occur in other seasons also. And it can happen because of, so the common thing is it's also a bite of an insect, that is sand flies, which can spread the infection.
Okay, so what do you say, what should people be doing? Firstly, if they see any symptoms, what are the symptoms and what should they be doing?
Yes, so symptoms are very typical. So it starts off like a flu-like symptom with fever and headache, but very quickly, within say 12 to 24 hours, children develop additional symptoms like severe headache, diarrhea, and also they can have convulsions or fits, and they can lose consciousness and also coma and death. So all these things happen rapidly in say 12 to 24 hours, and those children who have to die, it may happen in say within 48 hours. But the good thing to note is that the fatality rate or the death rates have declined. In 2003 and 4, which I discussed, close to 60 or 70% children had died. But now subsequently, the death rate has been lower because of treatment, supportive treatment, even though there is no specific antiviral medication which is
no,
approved.
but Dr. Sudhir, if I can just say, I mean, at least right now in Gujarat, if you look at it, it seems to be almost the same because you have 12 cases that have been reported as of now, out of which 6 cases at least are suspected to, 6 deaths seem to be suspectedly at least linked to this particular virus. So if you're talking about the death rate in proportion to the cases, it seems to be almost the same.
I think we need to wait for some more time because a lot of samples have been tested. So, the total number of children who are infected, we may know later only. So now looking at until previous years, what we have seen is from 60 to 70% death rate, it has fallen down to 20% or even lower. But most important thing, what you asked is what should the parents do? So as soon as the symptoms start, they should not wait. They should go to the nearest hospital because the supportive treatment like giving IV fluids, controlling the convulsions with medications, so these things could go, and then children who require ventilator. So these kind of supportive treatment can go a long way in saving lives because the viruses, whatever they have to do, they do in the first 24 to 48 hours. And if they get the best supportive care, we can save life. And those things that have definitely improved in the last 2 decades all across India.
Right. Dr. Sudhir, thank you very much for joining us, for helping us understand this virus better, this illness better. And hopefully, at least those who have been affected will recover soon and this will not see a major spread. Thank you very much, Dr. Sudhir, for joining us.